So if you're watching this video, I have to assume you know what a pick and roll is. And if you don't, there's no way you don't after hearing me say it 9 million times over the past whenever. But with this pick and roll right here between Cody Zeller and Kemba Walker, they're not very intimidated to go inside against the Knicks. And that's because Joakim Noah, who at one time would seal up a pick and roll, just simply is not what he once was. And the Knicks gave him a whole hell of a lot of money to be pretty not good at the center position. I mean, look at this right here. Cody Zeller can't even post up, and he's just posting up on Noah with like no hesitation. Now, he probably wouldn't do this in real life because I'm pretty sure Cody Zeller can't shoot from anywhere outside of 5 feet, but you know what? I'm making it work for the video game, so don't talk about it. But the Knicks have someone else as a center right now who really needs to be playing and starting for them, and that is Willy Hernangomez. I mean, look at how majestic he looks just walking off the bench. This is like the perfect intro. And Willie, I'm going to need you to stand back up. The camera can't see you. Well, now this is a little awkward. But still, Willy Hernangomez has been killing it for the New York Knicks lately. And we're going to talk about it. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the defense. The Knicks are actually 10 points better defensively when Hernangomez is on the floor as opposed to Joakim Noah. Now, I don't know if that's just because Noah not being there immediately makes them better on that side of the floor, or if Gomez is actually legit, but it's already a good sign that they're like a respectable defensive team when he's on the floor, even though Batum made that last shot, but don't worry about it. But now what we also need to really talk about is his rebounding. Willie is averaging 14 minutes played right now, which is a crime, but he's also had like 9 games this season of double-digit rebounds. So if the shot doesn't go in, there's a decent enough chance that the ball's going to end up in his hands. But also, the offensive rebounding is real as well. Per 36 minutes, he grabs 5 offensive boards a game. So even if the Knicks start missing and Carmelo Anthony wants to run his ISOs, Hernangomez wants to grab the board anyway, then I think it's okay in the end. And to read you a quote by Pat Riley, who has like 5 championship rings, but more importantly, he's like 75 years old and his hair still looks good. He simply said, "No rebounds, no championships." And he's like the one dude who LeBron James ever listened to. Well, that and Eric Spoelstra a little bit. So I have to assume Pat Riley knows what he's talking about. Gomez grabs rebounds. It's a good look. I also appreciate the fact that maybe he wasn't in 2K17 when it came out or whatever. So he looks like a my player who grabs like every single rebound, because this is apparently worth mentioning. I don't know why. I'm just trying to get over to the next bit of footage, okay? Now we need to talk about the low post scoring, because this is what really surprised me about Hernangomez. Someone who has a really strong ability of just finishing well around the basket with a myriad of hook shots and pump fakes and spin moves. I mean, I've seen some times this season where he's going up against NBA defenders, and the way he's able to angle his body and hit shots at angles, it's like they don't know what the hell to do against him, and he's technically a rookie. To throw out some more advanced stats that I'm sure Charles Barkley will not enjoy, and he also watches my videos as every person who's ever been a part of the NBA does apparently. Per 36, Hernangomez is shooting about 3 free throws a game, and since he's someone who grabs a lot of offensive rebounds, as well as is someone who can post up down low and be a real scorer down there, he's going to get to the line quite a lot. And that turnaround jumper he just attempted makes no sense with what I'm talking about, but it's cool. And I'm also making him look way too damn good because he's scoring through double teams at the moment. I don't think he's that good, but at a certain point 2K just starts automatically double teaming. The point is still coming across, I hope. Or this is the worst video ever, I don't know. But you know what's also cool about Willie, besides just being someone who can score down low and rebound and play defense and all that good stuff, is he was playing Dwight Howard, like not too long ago, and someone asked him about a cheap shot that Dwight threw on him, and he said, "They told me about that, but I didn't feel anything. Maybe he felt pain in his elbow." You know what? Given that he's on the New York Knicks especially, I appreciate the fact that Willie has an ego, because that's a good thing to have in New York if you do it the right way. I should also talk about his ability to score in the pick and rolls. He's got some nice athleticism, seems like a guy who can go from rim to rim pretty well, running a straight line, which apparently matters in the game of basketball. So from an offensive standpoint, from putting the ball in the rim, posting up, rebounding, it seems that Willy Hernangomez is a real thing for the New York Knicks. And the fact that he is not starting is just a little silly. I mean, I understand you don't want to just flat out admit that Joakim Noah was a bad signing, but we all kind of knew that when you signed him anyway. But there's one other thing I want to talk about with Willy as well. He has shown some nice passing. If you go and look at his highlights, especially against the Brooklyn Nets where he had about 4 assists, there's moments where the defense just provides help. That was the most unenthusiastic reaction to getting an assist ever. But the dude can make a pass, and we see nowadays with guys like Nikola Jokic especially, the power of a big man who has scoring ability, but then also the skill to hit an open teammate who's coming off of screens or cutting to the basket or whatever. It's really damn difficult to stop, and even though he's only been playing about 15 minutes a game and he's been getting more minutes recently, you can really see that playmaking start to develop into something for Willy. And we should remember, like, he's got Carmelo Anthony on his team, he's got Brandon Jennings, who he plays with a lot on the second unit, he's got Derrick Rose, so it's not like he has the ball all the time, but he has still gotten enough assists to where I'm like, I should probably care about this. And now we also have to mention Kristaps Porzingis, the Zinger, the Latvian gangbanger, whatever you want to call him. He's the guy for the Knicks moving forward for the next decade plus and all that. And I think Porzingis and Willy Hernangomez could fit in really well together because the Zinger is going to be someone who's shooting a lot of mid-range jumpers and three-pointers, and he's going to be involved in pick and pops and turnaround jumpers and things like that. So then Willy can just do all of his work around the paint because Willy wants to post up and grab offensive rebounds and just finish plays around the basket. They're not going to get in each other's way, it seems. So it seems like those two could actually have a perfect on-court chemistry, at least on paper. So to sum up this whole thing, Willy Hernangomez is basically the greatest player in history of the NBA, and he needs to be starting at the center position for the New York Knicks for several reasons, one of which being Joakim Noah just sucks. 2, Willy has shown an ability to score in the low post and seem like someone who's way more mature and older than he actually is when it comes to putting up points in the paint. Defensively, the Knicks are better when he's in the game. He's a terror on the glass, especially on the offensive boards. The way Tristan Thompson makes an impact for the Cavaliers, I think Hernangomez could do more than that. Also, the playmaking seems pretty intriguing, even if he's been given limited minutes, and I think his chemistry with Porzingis could be really damn good, given their contrasting play styles.